What is up, fellow bushcrafters? Unfortunately today is not a bushcrafting day. I'm outside doing some stuff, but this is like a technical review of camera equipment. People have asked for this on my question and answer to talk a little bit about the camera equipment I use and show it to them. So if you're not into the technical, like tech review kind of thing, I apologize. Tune in tomorrow. We'll definitely have a good video up for you. Everybody else, let's get started. Now I'm very excited to do this video because I do love my camera equipment and using different cameras and trying out different camera techniques. But I'm gonna say this for people who are watching this that maybe are just getting into it or thinking about getting into it. You don't have to have the best cameras to do any of this. Your cell phone literally takes good enough videos to be able to put stuff on YouTube. You can also go ahead and get the camera which I started my YouTube channel with, and that was just a GoPro, a very simple, inexpensive GoPro. These things work fine to get started. They're not as good as some of the other cameras out there by any means because they're just a little point and shoot kind of thing, but it'll get the job done for people just starting. So let's first look at bags and how I carry my equipment. I really use two different methods. I do have this backpack. If there's a company like Frost River Duluth that can make a backpack like this, nice and padded, that doesn't look like high tech, let's do that. This is a Low Pro Flipside 400, highly modified, cut off the straps, did a bunch of stuff to it. The reason I have a backpack is because I try to carry my camera just about everywhere I go. I also like to not only do outdoor stuff, but just to take pictures in general. So this fits the bill really well because that way I'm not carrying around a big hard case. Secondly is I have this big, massive Pelican case. This is a 1600 and you're going to see inside all this stuff, but you can see this is a big case. Now when do I use this case? So all of my equipment basically fits in this, the stuff that I use all the time. If I have a four-wheeler, I'm going to a camp for a longer extended amount of time, or I'm traveling in my vehicle, I keep everything in this because this thing you can just let out in a snow, sleet, rainstorm, you're fine. You can sit on top of it while you're camp or use it as a cutting board. So these are just bomb-proof cases. They're just big and heavy and they suck to carry around. So camera progression over the years has went like this with me. I started out with just a GoPro. It worked fine, but the audio is terrible on here. I then updated to a JVC Handycam, I think was the name of it. It actually, the audio totally broke on it. The screen got cracked and I just scrapped it, so I don't even have that anymore, but that was my second camera. Then I went and I made a huge upgrade to a Canon XA20. So overall, I do like this camera. I've been using this camera for well over a year and a half now, and I just like everything about it. I've had this in all type of weather conditions. It's been wet, it's been snowed on, and it just keeps on chugging along. So very good camera, and definitely a huge upgrade. The XA20 is now on the tripod, and this is my current rig that I am running. So this is a Canon 6D Mark II, which is a full frame camera. Not to get too nerdy, but it's a big full frame sensor in there. Lens, I have a 24 to 105 f4 lens, and that gives me a nice shallow or deep depth of field, depending on what I actually want to do. And then I have the Rode Video Mic Pro Plus. It's the new one, so it has AA batteries or the battery pack. I think it's 200 hours of battery life. I really like this overall. Now, this is a DSLR, so it's really a photo click type camera, but it shoots very good crisp video. And if you look at the scenes between last when I was just talking about this camera and now, you could see the difference probably in the two video camera features of each. But what I really like about this camera is that I now have still capabilities that are very high quality. So with low light and even in sunlight or shade, I can really dial this in and shoot good photographs, and then I can use that stuff for my website and things like that. So this is just something that I really wanted to upgrade to and get after, but this is more expensive than any of the other rigs that I use. All right, we're back to the 6D Mark II. So that is my camera progression. Another thing that I do use is this bad boy. This is a unique Typhoon H drone. There's a lot of good capabilities with that. I am honestly still learning to use that drone. I crashed that several times when I first got it because I just thought I knew what I was doing. It wasn't good, but I'm learning. It still makes me a little bit nervous when I'm using it for some shots. But it seems to be working out really well. That shoots in 4K. Everything else I have is 1080. 4K, huge files, just make sure your computer can handle it. So here's my big case all opened up. Lid has all type of compartments and things in there. So a lot of chargers and all my batteries are up in this top section. And then, I don't know if you could see it or not, but there's a spot I can keep some owner's manuals and stuff like that. X820 I fit in the back. Canon 6D Mark II I fit right in this section. And then over here I have a large Anchor battery that can charge cell phones and recharge batteries out in the field. And then I always carry my external hard drives depending on what I'm doing. If I'm uploading stuff, I can put them right on this, and all my footage is on there. Extra batteries in here also. And then I carry a Ziploc bag that says dead on it. That way I can put all my dead batteries on and I know what I'm doing. GoPro mounts and accessories all back in here. That's just always, I think anybody that owns a GoPro knows you just have 1,000 of them things laying around. You don't even know why you're using, what half of them are for, but you keep them with you. Tripods, I use GorillaPod, a large one and a small one for different things. Off to the side, LED light panel for in dark light, and then you have to go with the neutral density filter. I mean, you gotta have that. And then this is brand new. I just got this, so I just used it a little bit. A gimbal for your phone. If you've never seen one of them, you need to check that out. Last thing is my everyday tripod. This is a Manfrotto tripod. I use this thing every single day. It's shaky now because I'm holding the camera. I just didn't want to set anything else up. Manfrotto. And that's really it with my camera equipment. So I know I went over a lot quick and I shot a lot of things out there and didn't get too techie with everybody about this stuff, but this is just something else that I assume is just part of the job. I just accept that if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna have some of this equipment. Again, you don't need equipment like I have to be able to shoot a video. Just your phone, a GoPro, the point and shoot cameras you could buy at Walmart. I mean, they're $100, $150, and you are set to go with a tripod and you're good. So I just enjoy this stuff. It's fun to me. I like playing around with everything, and I don't know. Do what you love. I always say that. So I love doing this. So, you know, I spend some of my extra money on this stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, this was not a bushcraft video, but this is like a behind the scenes. It's what I'm using, what I'm carrying around with me. It's how I make these videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back to regularly scheduled programming tomorrow. So I hope you tune in then. And until the next video, stay in the woods, guys.